Welcome to Six Figure Trucker, the podcast where we share advice on how to be successful in trucking and have fun while doing so. We'll share stories, news, and advice on how to earn six figures in trucking, and we'll speak to guys and gals that are already doing so. Let's get to the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. And those of you who listen to us on a weekly basis know it's where we elevate and celebrate the driver that makes everything go round, makes the economy move forward. And, you know, sometimes drivers aren't seen in a favorable light, but not on this program. We lift them up. And we're going to do something a bit different this time. We're going to take a step back. We're going to take a step back to October of 2020, episode 3 of the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport, then hosted by Justin Scott. And our guest was Jose Palma. Now, if anyone has ever met Jose Palma, they will never forget it. He's an incredibly memorable guy, full of personality, incredible story. Everything he's done has been sort of a dream rock star lifestyle since he has come to Norton Transport, but it wasn't easy getting here. You will hear Jose talk about his struggles and trials to get here. He was living in New York, but at age 35, he wanted to make a change, take a drastic turn to something different. So he took a gamble, got his CDL, and as he says, it was a game changer for him. He made a fast track into Driveaway, learned the ins and outs and the pros and cons of Driveaway before he ended up at Norton Transport. But again, it wasn't easy. He failed his CDL test a couple of times, the driving portion of it, but he never gave up. Now he lives a six-figure life, has a great lifestyle, lives out on the road, chases his dreams, cashes in on his dreams, has a lot of great stories to hear, and he's full of personality, as we said. So sit back and enjoy this episode again with Jose Palma, the rock star deck driver that we all know and love, back in October of 2020.
We're glad to have you. Glad you took some time out to talk to us today. I know you're driving. I know you got stuff going on, but we certainly appreciate you taking the time out of your day. So tell me what you got going on, man. Where are you driving to? Where are you coming from? What's up in Jose's world today?
Well, you just caught me from a little Vegas thing that I did over the weekend after a load.
Okay.
And after that, I picked this up, and it's got last stop is Philly. You know, I dropped 2 in Virginia. And I got one right before Philly, and I'm trying to make that flight so I can pick up my next load and get to the skydiving appointment. But, you know, that's how we do over here.
So you're trying to boogie. So you got a deck set you're on right now, and you're dropping units here, ending up in Philly. And then you were in Vegas before that. Now I got some questions that I wanted to ask you, but I'm going to take a break from that because I want to hear more about this Vegas trip. So, did you deliver in Vegas, or was this like a vacation type thing? Or
I had plans. It's my friend's birthday, and then I got there late because I was busy on a delivery that I couldn't make in time. So I left my last exit in Oklahoma City, then took a flight over to Vegas.
And then the story's history from there. I know that's not where the story is.
Well, like they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
I was about to say that next. Yeah, you're right there. You're right there, no doubt. Well, did you have a good time, though?
Yeah, of course, man. I love it, man. I love what I do because I've incorporated everything I do around work, so work comes fun twice. Because I like what I do, so that's fun. And whatever I pick to do, obviously that's going to be fun too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, work hard, you play hard. That's our motto here, man. You got to enjoy yourself. Otherwise, you're going to get burnt out, and it's not going to be any fun.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas got, what Vegas got? Gambling, strip clubs, restaurants.
You stopped at gambling and strip clubs.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to a charity event or to church or nothing like that. So.
I feel you, man. Well, I was in Vegas last year, about this time last year. It was my first time, and we had a blast. I loved it. You know, it's such a cool town, cool city. So, no, I feel you, man. Well, good. Well, tell me about how you got started into trucking. So you work with us for Norton Transport now and Driveaway. What's your history in trucking? How did Jose get started?
Well, basically, to bring it from the top. About 5 years ago, I left New York. I was tired of the results I was getting with my life. You know, it was like 35. So getting my CDL was like a game changer, lifesaver for me.
Sure.
Because everything before that is, you name it. You know, I've been through it all. So I just decided to pick up and go. Went to California. Was there for a couple months. Then I went to LA, which that was my friend's birthday that we went to Vegas. So I went to his house, and he's been trucking for a while. So he was like, yo, why don't you just get your CDL? And I'm like, where? He's like, go to Phoenix. I was like, I don't know nobody over there. He said, don't worry about it. You got some money. I had $1,000. His plan was just rent the room for a month. You get your CDL in 30 days, and you'll be all right. So I'm no Greyhound out to LA because he didn't want me in his house, so I had to do something. So I get to Phoenix. I go to the school at AIT, you know, an accredited school, whatnot. And then he's interviewing me, and then he's like, "Well, you got to have your license for 30 days in Arizona." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't have that." So he's like, "Go to the DMV from here." I went there. They switched my license the same place. Then I'm looking for work. Then I found a drive-away job with a company that I started with, a mom-and-pop drive-away company. There I learned that, you know, if you don't have experience, they're going to pay you less, and you got to do a lot of deadheading. Deadheading means you don't get paid for the driving. And I traveled the whole country right before I went to Norton. So by the time I got to Norton, I already knew, like, every single city, truck stop, every little back road by then. So it took me like 2 years to get to Norton. And then Norton doing the singles, and here I am. Got graduated to the deck sets.
All right. Well, like, what was your experience at the other company? So I know you said you had to do a lot of deadhead.
Yeah, compared to Norton, I mean, number one, you got to wait all week to get paid. Number two, they give you cash advances, but everything was a tax. So like, rental cars I had to pay for, flights I had to pay for, everything I had to pay for. So like, when I got to Norton, I stopped paying for it.
Oh man, that's great. Well, that and that, you know, that, yeah, if you run hard, but that just goes to show folks out there that are, you know, looking to get in trucking, you know, you flipped the script and decided to do something different. And, you know, yeah, you had to grind it out a little bit for 2 years, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, experience, time, the time's going to go by no matter what you do. So, get that experience in while you can. Well, what was it like learning how to drive a truck? So for you, like for the first time, you stopped everything, you're 35, you're going to drive a truck. You never drove before. What was that like?
Nervous.
Yeah.
It was nervous, and for me, it was pressure, a lot of pressure. You know, in the school, I was nervous because I failed the first time I took the road test, and I failed going straight back. The second maneuver, I failed. And he's like, "Oh, you hit the cone." I hit the cone 3 times. I had to do it over. So super nervous.
Yeah. Well, it's a different world, you know, and that's and I think that's why you can respect those that are out there that are learning to drive, that are, you know, taking that leap, because it is nerve-wracking. I mean, that's a big vehicle that you've got to control. So like let's talk about, you know, money a little bit. So, you know, you're able to go to Vegas, you're able to kind of do what you want to do, work hard, play hard, like we talked about earlier. So what's the money like compared to what you used to do?
It depends. You know, how you look at it. For me, I mean, this money is more earned, and it's more in the loyal system, you know, as opposed to money I used to earn back when I was younger. Mm-hmm. But like now, and then, you know, starting from the beginning, going, you know, from 30 to 50 to, you know, to the 100, now you respect it more. Because before Vegas, I was in Bourbon Street because I was in a connecting flight, met a girl. She's like, "Yo, I live in New Orleans." I'm like, "Yeah, yo, I'm going to get a load." And what happened? My next load was going to Florida from Texas, and New Orleans is right under 10.
Yeah, it's right there.
I found truck parking, a hotel for the weekend, and I'm like, yo, things like that just happen so randomly. So,
yeah, that's kind of like a rock star type life right there. I like it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, ever since doing deck loads, it's gotten even better. Random things like that do pop up.
Good stories to talk about, though. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not married. I don't have kids. I mean, I did have a long distance relationship in the Dominican Republic for almost 2 years, which I was flying there every like month and a half. after a load, and then from Dominican Republic going straight to a load. So I'd pay that way, and then Norton paid me from going from there to a deck load.
Yeah, and I think that's the cool thing is, when you're delivering somewhere or you're not delivering somewhere and you're looking to get a load, it's like, okay, well, let's get you there, because the quicker we can get you there, the quicker that customer is going to be satisfied. So that's our stance on it. How do we logistically move folks the quickest way around? And, it's flights, right?
I had to learn all that because there's no school to teach you logistics as far as like where to get flights cheaper to go here or there, which airports cost more. Like all that comes with time. Like, thinking off the top of my head, I would have been, oh man, that's expensive to go to DR or to go to Vegas or any of that. But with time, you start learning with all the tricks.
Yeah, and that's something that I think is cool too. So what about that? So what's the coolest hotel that you visited? So obviously, when you're traveling around doing deck sits, what's your favorite hotel to go to?
I mean, I usually do choice hotels, so anything that's comfort suites, I know it's going to be good. Sometimes a little pricey, but you pay what you get for.
Yeah,
I have coworkers that they'll be like, I'll never stay there. They'd rather be in Motel 6. They'll be like, all right, well, you get a bed without a pillow top.
Yeah, you do what you do. I'm going to do what I do.
Yeah. But for us, the biggest thing is truck parking, because I've stayed in low-end hotels like Roadway, Econo Lodge, only because they got truck parking. So it all depends,
Yeah, you have to look for that.
With deck sets, you can't go in reverse. So I be calling these people like, yo, I need space to go pull in forward and pull out forward. There ain't no regular truck stuff,
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, especially when you haven't had a drop yet. I mean, you're 90 feet plus sometimes, and then too, is it like when you pull in, or you ever see people like look at you like, what is that? What are you driving?
Yeah. For me, when I explain people what I do, they be like, oh, so what you haul? I was like, nah, this doesn't work that way. We deliver the trucks. We get our hands dirty. We got to have tools. We actually throwing 200-pound saddles around, which is an iron bar that if it lands on your foot, you're going to lose your foot. So it's more complicated than just trucking.
Yeah, it is. So explain that for a second, because I know obviously there's a lot of folks in the driveway industry that know about undecking, but when you deliver these trucks that are stacked like that, it's a process to get them set down, get them put back together. A lot goes into that. So, was it tough learning how to do that? And it's dangerous work too.
I mean, my boss convinced me when he first was telling me. He's like, this, that, whatever. And I'm like, nah, I'm not ready. He's like, well, you're going to make like 6 figures. I was like, all right, when I start.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
So then when I went, after like the second load, I was like, oh man, I don't think I could do this. Cause I was at a place where like it was muddy, it was raining, it was the winter. Cause you do this in all the elements. So I was like, oh man, I don't know if I could do this. But I did 2 more loads, and the rest is history. I mean, you do your little mechanical work, your little electrician stuff. I mean, it's easy and it's not easy depending on where you go.
Yeah.
But it's an adventure each and every time because it's never exactly the same.
Yeah, and I think that's the cool part about it, and that's cool to share too, because there is a lot of work that goes into a lot of when you're not just driving freight, delivering to terminals, you're actually unstacking these trucks, and you got to put them back together, right? You got to install the stacks, you got to do everything that the customer is expecting. Yeah. So sometimes that can be pretty tedious work, especially when it's 15 degrees outside.
Yeah, but it's like I tell everybody, the most we'll have is 4 trucks. It's like it's an hour truck, and then the last truck, you really don't, the one you're driving, you really don't got to do nothing once you get there.
Yeah, so she's ready to go.
Thinking about all the hours that you work, if I drove 20 hours and I only worked like physically 4 at the most, that's not that bad.
No, not that bad. And the pay's pretty good too, right?
Oh yeah, pay's fantastic.
Oh, so what do you do for fun when you're on the road? I know obviously the vacations and stuff like that, but it's a lifestyle that can get you're driving. So what's some things that you do for fun?
I mean, when I was stopping in the singles, I could stop at more Planet Fitnesses, but I do the little workout thing, the little health stuff, so I can so I can have a better chance to keep doing this type of work. I mean, that's how I got into that.
That's great. You know, in the industry we're in, talk to a lot of folks that struggle with health. You know, they struggle with how to stay physically active on the road. So share some of the tips that you did and how you got into that and what made you decide to do that.
Well, my brother-in-law stepped to me. I mean, I don't know if I should say the name of the company, but it's a nutrition company, you know, sells shakes or whatever. And then my decision, I was already at 210, 215, smoking cigarettes, drinking and eating. You know, just because I'm all over, I'm going to eat this and do this and do that. Like,
yeah, tastes good.
I was like, I needed to change the habit because I can't sustain that for another 20 years. So I got into that. You know, it's healthy shakes, meal replacements. I lost 30 pounds.
Oh, that's
then I
great.
just kept the routine going around. You know, lately, because of this COVID thing, there hasn't been as many gyms.
Yeah.
I mean, I still keep up on my shakes. I've only gained like 4 pounds since, but that's still not bad, you know, without exercising as much. So.
Hey, if you took the average American gain weight during COVID, I guarantee it's going to be a hell of a lot more than 4 pounds.
yeah, you know.
So you're right there. So what's changed with COVID, being out on the road and seeing everything, and you know, obviously, you know, it's crazy now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I never stopped, so I was working right in the height that you would only just see trucks. You wouldn't even see a car out, you know? And it was a bit depressing because I'm like, where's everybody at? I'm on planes with 4 people. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. And then you hear in the news, and any second, I'm like, oh, it's going to be all over. But with time, I mean, most people are like, we gotta live. I mean, we're going to, you know, die if we just lock in forever, you know?
Yeah. I mean, well, that was with us. You know, we got to survive, and you know, we're a business, and you know, we've got folks like you and many others that rely on us. So we've got to keep these wheels turning.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, you know, well, I am single, so like I'm trying to like get like a own a property before I call like a home. I mean, I got my family, I stay there, but you know, they're like, the beginning, I'm like, yo, they quarantine. I'm out here trucking. I might bring it to them, so I can't even go there. I got to stay out here.
Yeah. So what about like, you know, your lifestyle versus what you used to do? Do you ever like miss just the regular, you know, being in one place every day and working that standard, you know, 8 to 5, 9 to 5 thing, or do you enjoy what you're doing?
I enjoy what I do, and I never really worked a 9 to 5 per se, because I did a bunch of nightlife stuff, club stuff, and everything that's negative about nighttime. So I like it now because I don't worry about nothing. I don't you know, I have to watch my back. I don't, you know, I don't have possibilities of police messing with me, going to jail, none of that stuff. So this is like very life changing for me, and you know, a lot of people that have known me, they're like, wow, you really changed. You know, you motivate me. And I'm like, I was like, I can't, you know, at 35, like, you know, I don't want to be 45 doing, you know, 10 years or something crazy. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, I want to live, you know, so I love it, man. I love it. You know, I wear my headset. I walk into anywhere because there's people like, yo, ain't they racist over there or this, that. I was like, yo, I don't worry about that. I just go wherever, and every time, the one thing that always saves me is my headset. They'll be like, hey, you a trucker? And then that's it. It takes off from there, you know, whether it's a bar, restaurant. So it always works out. So it's kind of cool. It's like being a cop or a soldier or a trucker. Everybody's like, thank you for your service. Or I know a trucker. My uncle's a trucker. So I don't know. It works out. I like it. It's a lot better than being, I know him from the clubs, or, you know.
Yeah, you mean you're respected, you know. You get that badge of honor, and you know, unfortunately, you don't have a uniform like police officers and firemen, but that headset can sometimes kind of be that giveaway, you know.
Yeah, our headsets are uniform.
Yeah.
I wear it everywhere. My friends make fun of me. I post social media with it on. They're like, yo, what are you doing, landing a plane or taking an order? I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get it.
Doing my thing, you know, this is what we do. But that's true. And, you know, you can always find some common ground, especially with somebody like you said that knows a family member or themselves have been in trucking and you know, appreciate the service. Like you said, it's a tough gig out there. You know, the work that you put in, the amount of that you're away from home, and then not to mention the dangers of the lifestyle. I mean, you got to be constantly on your toes. I mean, it's not always about how you're driving. You know, it's about other people too, right?
Yeah, exactly. I wish I would have done this at 21, 22 instead of, kind of late in the game, but I still look good. Nobody believes me when I tell them my age. 42 now. And they'll be like, what? Now, lately, the women I talk to, they're all like 27 and 30. I'm like, I'm doing all right then. So
yeah, you're doing real good, man.
Man.
Oh, that's great. So, what about money when it comes down to money and being on the road? And, part of the six-figure trucker, obviously, with you guys, making a killing in Driveaway, doing deck sets. What are some ways that you can maximize your earnings on the road, or ways that you can save, or something specifically that you do that you heard from a friend, or what are some ways that you try to save while you're out there?
Well, for me, since I do the Herbalife thing, I do the meal replacement. So I always get the gallon of water. I try to get it not in a truck stop, but if I forget, I'm gonna have to spend that extra $2-3 on a gallon of water. But the meal replace a meal. I'm full. Then I can time out where I'm gonna eat. It has to be a truck stop because that's the only place we fit. I do the little Subway thing, and then another meal replacement later on. And each meal is like $1.50. So I spend $3 on the healthiest meal. Then I try to eat something healthy along the way. It all varies, but I mean, my biggest thing is I save money on meals like that. Because when I do stop and I don't have a deck set, I'm gonna spend $20 on a meal, $25
easily.
I'm not driving.
Yeah. Well,
what?
So what are some other? You mentioned Subway, and when I think of places and you go and look for healthy options, Subway's a good fresh option. What are some other things that you look for? Because not all truck stops have that option. So are there other things that you look for in terms of nutrition or something that's?
I mean, basically water. Every once in a while, they got like hard-boiled eggs or the bananas. And that'll hold you over, till you get to where you're going.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, if you wait too long, it happens to me, and you're just trying to get to where you're going, and it's 10 o'clock. Because after 10 o'clock, it's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough.
You're going to make some bad choices after 10. Likely, right?
You end up with like Domino's, Burger King. You're like, why did I do it?
You always feel bad afterwards, right? You always regret it. It tastes so good,
Always.
But the feeling you have afterwards. So what about Norton? So us, with Norton Transport, what are some ways that, we can, give you a chance to make more money on loads? Is there anything specifically that jumps out to you?
Yeah, just give me runs that are 2,000 miles each, and that'll be fantastic.
That's good, right? So that's what, hey, miles is money. That's what we've heard. And, that's certainly what we'd always try to look for.
Miles are money, but doing deck sets, doing too long of miles, you got to be more responsible of where you're going to stop, because you can't do it in one day. So that's the tricky part. Lately I try to do 700,000 miles, which I can knock out fast. I don't have to worry about too much.
Yeah.
But them long miles, you have to worry. I mean, as far as making money, we've been doing good, man. I've been happy since I got there. I mean, every drive-away company got the weird little kinks and stuff, but as long as you're respectful and patient, Norton will figure it out.
Yeah, that's the philosophy I think that, you got to have, because everybody's got to work with everybody, and we've got to figure things out here and there. But, I think people want to take care of other people, and we want to make sure that we invest in people. And that's been Norton's philosophy since day one, when Calvin first started in 1999, is, always remember what helps drive us, and that's people. It's people in the office, it's people on the roads, it's our customers, our people there. So you got to be respectful, and you got to.
Because there's a lot of drivers, co-workers that I've known that they flip out. Like, you can't flip out. This is business, Like, at a certain time, at a certain level, you gotta be patient. If you can't be patient, it's not gonna work out.
No.
That's my opinion.
No, I'm with you there. So what about driver reward points? We've got Norton Plus rewards. Have you ever looked at the leaderboard and kind of said, man, how do I?
Yeah. Well, when they first started that, I maintained in the top 2 when they first started it back back like 2 years ago.
I've seen you up there. I've seen you up there.
Yeah,
Do you ever look at it?
Oh, yeah. As time goes on, I start running into other drivers, so then I can call them and be like, yo, what's up? Step your game up.
Yeah, where you at?
Or they do that to me, so it's a little friendly push.
Yeah, and I think for us, it's the rewarding those that are running hard. I mean, we give extra cents per mile for those that are in the qualifying brackets there. So
it used to be monthly, and then someone switched it to every 3 months.
Yeah, quarterly. It gives a chance to build up a little bit longer. And you probably can say this, like 1 month could be a lot different than another month. Like maybe you go on vacation, or maybe you take some time off to do whatever, and then 1 month you're just running hard. So I feel like, some months are down, some months are up. So combining all that kind of gives you a chance to make a little bit more money.
Yeah, I mean, it's October 2nd now. This is running hard season because driving slows down in January.
Yeah,
the smart guys that do driveway, they don't work December, January, and February.
Man, that's nice. Take the holidays off.
I know. I mean, I've always said that, and it never happens for me because I'm still a little nutty up there, but
we want to keep you moving too.
I don't save enough to, I don't do like the bears that hibernate, man. I don't store enough. I could just stay in the
you got to keep rolling.
Cave. Yeah, I got to keep rolling.
Oh, that's good. So you headed to Philly. Anywhere Philly that you like to stop, like you like to go? Anywhere up there that you like?
Philly cheesesteak all the time. I go to a place called Tony Luke's. It has truck parking. I've been going there like 4 years now.
Tony Luke's.
So that's what I know. Yeah, that's what I know. Because I went to all the attractions, Philly cheesesteak places, but I didn't like them. And you can go with a rental car.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're like touristy looking ones, like downtown and stuff.
Yeah. Not worth it. No. Tony Luke's is pretty good.
Love a good Philly cheesesteak. Well, so you've been on the road, let's say for what, I guess 7 years? Is that right?
5, 6 years, something like that. Yeah.
I'm sure you've learned a lot, saw a lot. What's one of the coolest things you've done, or the craziest thing that's happened to you while you've been on the road?
I mean, I can't say the craziest thing, but like the best thing is those random cool people you meet, whether it's a girl or just a friend you meet along the way, because you bump into people that you thought would never speak to, and end up like you feel like you know each other for a while. So like, for me, certain times when I stop to eat, or when I'm in connecting flights, or depending who's sitting next to me in a plane, and I tell them my story and tell me theirs, and that's like I have a lot, but it's like I like those random ones that I've met. I've met people that give me religious stuff, like, yo, do you read the Bible and this? I was like, no, not really, but yo, tell your story. Please keep telling it. You helped me. Or I meet someone that said, hey, give me a number, call me later. Like, it's all, that's like the greatest thing for me.
Yeah, I feel like it's like living. You're out there living, and you can connect with cool people, hear their story. I mean, that's what's cool about our industry, I think, is everybody's got a cool story. Everybody's got something. And, some people are passionate about some things, and some people are passionate about other things. And I'm with you, man. It's cool to hear that. It's cool to listen to what people have to say. And I'm like you, share your story, man. Let me hear it. There's nothing that's off the table. So that's awesome, man. It sounds like you're out there having a good time, enjoying it, and
definitely
and really like what you do. So what's
Team Norton?
Team Norton, man. Team Norton. Well, shoot, yeah. Well, appreciate you. I know you're driving. You've spent some time with me today, but I think if you were to look back and say, what is one thing you'd like to tell yourself at 30, at 25? What's something you wish you could go back and tell your younger self?
You should have got into trucking earlier. Life would have been a little less bumpy.
Well, man, we're glad to have you. We're glad you got in it when you did. It sounds like you're killing it out there on the road, and we appreciate that. You're making money. You're having fun while doing it. You're connecting with people, and that's what it's about. And you're trying to stay healthy while you're doing it, too. And I'm going to tell you, man, out of all the people I talk to, that's tough. That's a struggle for everybody. So kudos for sticking with it and being out there doing your thing, man.
Yeah. I mean, I strongly believe in it. Do my shakes. I take supplements. I take every pill under the sun because I can't eat an organic salad whenever I want.
It's not possible.
So yeah, I try to. So if I keep it consistent with at least supplements, I should be all right. I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, nobody ever knows.
No.
You just know. Oh, damn! You're 80, still here. Yeah, I'm still here.
You're trying to control what you can control. You're right, man. Nobody knows our expiration date, but do what we can to be active and take the right supplements and the right things to keep us healthy, especially when you're on the road, because it's a lot of idle time, right? You're sitting, you're driving.
Oh yeah. And that's another thing. Most of us, we got to stretch. Stretching is the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's blood clots. It's dangerous.
Yeah, that's why I stopped smoking. I mean, I was like, I can't keep smoking. I mean, it's crazy. I've seen a lot of people, they get the big giant cup that it looks like a helmet, fill it up with soda. Let me get 2 cartons. And a big soda. I'm looking at them like, really?
I know.
What are you doing?
I know it's tough. It's you get and that stuff's good, so I know it's like hard to stop.
The hardest thing is entertaining yourself while you're driving. It's your mind messes with you, so it's like you gotta process it. Like I listen to TV show, well not a radio, different radio shows. Like I just don't listen to music. I listen to a book. Like space it out, something positive, something that's gonna tweak your brain a little, some positivity like personal development or every once in a while you'll listen to some hood, well, like how we say, some hood, some ghetto.
Yeah.
But you have to switch it up and have a routine, because if your routine is gonna be just drinking soda and having a bag of chips, because they just feeding a routine. And that I think that's the hardest thing. For me, it's a little easier. I've had idle time. I know what it is to sit somewhere for it feels like forever and not talk to anybody. So going into trucking was like a perfect transition in a way, because now I could be idle time and I'm making money. And whenever I get out the freaking truck, I got money.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect transition for me. So I don't let it mess with my head. I'm all right being quiet for a few hours.
Well, that's a good point, though, man. Your mind needs massaging, and I love listening to music. But when you're on the road that long, you gotta throw some different things up in the fold there. Maybe it's the Six Figure Trucker podcast. Maybe it's an educational book, or maybe it's a comedy show, or so whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Throw something different in there, change it up.
It's a pretty cool idea, man. Like I told you, not a lot of people don't know what we do, man. So
well, that's why we want to get it out there and have people learn and know that there's an opportunity in trucking that's different than I guess your traditional freight style trucking. So Jose, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you having on. I appreciate what you do. You're killing it with Norton Transport. We thank you for that. It's been a pleasure. I hope to have you back. Likewise. We'll share some more stories.
Yes. All right. I got plenty.
All right. Be safe. Enjoy that Philly cheesesteak in Philly, man.
Oh, I will. I might get 2.
Get 2. Later. Yeah. All right. Cool, man.
Oh, whoa. By the way, hold on. If you don't mind, you think I can share like my Instagram and stuff like that?
Yeah. Let us know. Let us know what you got.
Okay. Well, my Instagram is Chepe QBX. That's Chepe is a nickname for Jose, for Colombians, if nobody knew. QBX stands for Queens in the Bronx, because I'm from New York City. So it's CHEPE QBX. I do my trucking job, number one, and my part time is a Herbalife coach. I do the coaching. I mean, I can just motivate you on the phone. I can't force you to work out. I can't force you to buy products. But if you buy products and you're really into it, over the phone, I can motivate you, plug you into chats, do the internet stuff. Because if you follow me, you see that I do it every day. And, other than that, I do that at the same time as trucking. Trucking's number one, though.
Well, I can agree to that. I follow you on social media. I don't remember which platform it is, but I see your trucking pictures and your stories all the time, and they're always cool. You always sharing what you're doing for breakfast health-wise, and then you're always sharing, where you are, what kind of trucks you have. So I can attest to that. There is some cool stuff that you're posting out there. So thank you for that, man.
I try to do it mostly positive, but I'm only human. Every once in a while, you might see me partying, but you gotta have a little fun with your little, you gotta earn it.
Hey, we're not here.
It's all good.
We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
I like it.
Six Figure Trucker is brought to you by Norton Transport. Norton Transport is a drive-away trucking company that customers can rely on. It offers excellent independent contract driving opportunities to professional, courteous, and qualified drivers that can provide the kind of service we deliver. If you're interested in learning more about Norton or just want to subscribe to the show, check out 6-figuretrucker.com. That's 6-figuretrucker.com.